Welcome to Legends Live, presented to you by NBA Alumni, the official home of the NBA and WNBA Legends. I'm NBA legend Karan Butler, and whether you're in the midst of the pandemic, and clearly you are, we appreciate you joining us today. And we have a special episode, and I'm so happy that I get to be the host today with a little remix. Today's episode is going to be a walk down memory lane with NBA champion, four-time All-Star, and my former teammate and fellow brother on the NBRPA board, Shawn Marion. Tricks, what's up?
What up, CV? What up, baby?
Hey, man, how you doing, family?
Man, I can't complain, man. God is good, man. You know how we roll.
Yeah. What have you been up to in the midst of this pandemic? And I'm pretty sure everybody would like to know if they don't follow you on Instagram or any of your social media sites.
Well, I've been locked and loaded. You know what I'm saying? I've been taking precautions, being quarantined at home, of course, like everybody else, like everybody should be doing. But for the most part, though, that's it, man. I've been getting I've been actually being able to get a lot of stuff done here at home, man. I moved into my new house, and I've been just slowly getting it the way I want it to be, which takes a long time sometimes when you're unpacking. It could take years. but for the most part, that's it. I've been doing business calls and just trying to stay up to date with with the current things, situations going on, and making sure my family's safe, and we all just locked and barreled in, man.
Look, people always talk about the family side of things, but I want you to go a little bit more into that because I know you're a father and a proud father, and you post on your social sites all the time, and this is a beautiful thing. Can you just talk about what this time as just sitting down, retired, and spending that time with your loved ones right now mean to you?
Well, I get to see some of my family. I don't get to see all of them because we just my grandparents are older, and they're the elderly are prone to get sick faster than anybody else. So we trying to be cautious of that stuff. My mother's taking care of them, but at the same time, being a father, just like you are, saying to your lovely kids, man, and man, it's pretty awesome, man. The time and the bonding time you have with your kids, especially when they're young, is priceless, man. You can't put a price on it. And one of the coolest things and the hardest things is this homeschooling, though. Man, look, hey,
we're different.
My son just turned 6, dude. Like, it's for the birds, dude. I don't want no part. I'm totally on board with all the memes. Everybody going with this homeschooling is it's out the window. They ready to get them kids out the house.
You got to show your work different now, bro. It's crazy,
man. You really. Like, my son is just turned 6, so he's in kindergarten, but he's really smart. So it's like you have to, but you still have to teach him the way so he can get it and understand it and lock it in. And it's all about repetitions with little kids. You know what I'm saying? Same thing we did as players, repetition of certain moves or whatever. It's the same thing with kids. You got to constantly do it over and over again until they get it. And they still may not get it, but you still got to do it. It's just all a churning circle. But for the most part, though, it's been awesome, man. Just having him. He was here for a little while, and he had to go back, of course, because we have joint custody. I don't have him full time, but seeing him and being with him during this time is like I said, it's priceless, man. And we had a great time, and he'll be back shortly here. And but for the most part, though, that's it, though. Like, that's all you can do. What more can you do right now? Like, we have everything we need here. We don't have to go anywhere. So perfect.
I love that, man. And I think that more and more guys are really showing that softer side of them, spending time with their families and going through that whole process. But I want to go down memory lane a little bit with you, being drafted number 9 overall by the University of Nevada. And man, you came on the scene crazy, bro. Like, did you know that transition from college basketball to the association wasn't going to go as smooth as it did for you? And then also, was you like a highly touted AAU player in the midst of that?
So I was a highly talented AAU player. And it's funny, though, because I was talking to who was on my AAU circuit with me? Oh, Jermaine O'Neal. He was on with me. Him. Who's in my class? 99 class. You gotta realize the class I had. So my class was Elton Brand, Lamar Odom, Baron Davis, Rip Hamilton, Andre Miller, Jason Terry.
Throwing some names out there, bro.
Yeah, Wally Zerbiak. It's Corey Maggette, Maxim, my guy, Corey Shawtown. who else was all in there? Oh, I mean, Leon Smith. You remember Leon Smith came straight from high school.
Leon.
We had a hell of Jermaine Jones. We had a hell of a draft, dude. And a lot of those guys I played throughout the AAU circuit. We seen across, but also I was fortunate enough to work Jordan camp. So that's where, I mean, doing that process of me coming out of, going from junior college to college, to doing out junior college to Division I. You know what I'm saying? I got up close and personal with a lot of guys from certain colleges because they was part of the team, Jordan and Nike. So we all was in the same boat. And then with the USA team, I was the only guy from junior college to go for the USA team trials. Only one. So it was crazy though. And that whole circuit, it just kept elevating me to a certain position in basketball. And then being at UNLV, which is a great, highly profile school at the time, but it wasn't the Dukes of North Carolina, of course. You know what I'm saying? But we was on the Western Conference and we played late. So what's special about that is, I had a game I was just watching. I found it on DVD yesterday. No jokes. It was us playing TCU, Lee Naylor and them. And that's when Dick Vitale did the game. He was ESPN. He was like, he's a PTP, baby. He's a prime time player. I think he can do it. So watching it, I forgot. I think I had like 36 and like 16, 18 or something in the game. It was crazy. And we won. But it was just one of those memory flashbacks that take you down memory lane. It was kind of cool. And then it just escalated. I was ninth pick, like you said, man. And then the process was easy for me to a certain degree because I had some great veterans on my team. I come in the league, I had Jason Kidd, Penny Hardaway, backcourt 2000, what they called them when I got to Phoenix. And it was like, I was like, oh my God, Cliff Robinson, Rodney Rogers, Tony Duck, Toby Dooley, Luke Longley, Dan Marley, Rex Chapman.
Under Dan.
Toby Bailey. Come on. Todd Day. I said Toby already, but yeah, look at that roster, dude. Like I'm on there, I'm like, oh my God, like it was the one. It was pretty sweet, man. Pretty sweet. Them guys took me under their wing, man. It was pretty special.
So you got to tell me, like making that transition. You talk about all those heavy names that you just listed. Who gave you the name Matrix?
Oh, Kenny Smith gave it to me. First preseason game ever. So before I got to the league, this is before you too. So when I got in, I guess it was about, I think 4 to 6 or 4 to 8 teams did a NBA preseason tournament in LA in the Forum. And it was like all the teams come out there and they just do preseason games out there. So we did the last preseason game or something in LA right before the Forum closed. So this is right when the Staples Center was getting ready to open, same season. So they did a preseason game in the Forum before Staples Center opened, and we playing against the Lakers. And I did these crazy two or three plays or whatever, and then like a 30-second or a minute sequence, and then Casey was like, "Oh my God, he's the Matrix!" And then from there on there, everywhere I was going, everybody was calling me the Matrix, and it just became a household name. Just that quick. First preseason game ever.
That's crazy.
Locked it in, and it was pretty sweet. It's pretty sweet.
When did you know? Like, and I know it's like that it moment for all guys, but when did you know that you was going to be not just a good player, but a perennial all-star in this game? Like, was it a moment in the game where you was just like, oh, that was kind of easy, or, like I can get this off?
I had an interesting freshman season. I mean, my rookie season because I got hurt after 20. I ended up starting. I ended up winning the starting position. So that's very with Cliff Robinson and all them. Like, come on now, But I ended up winning the starting position, start the season. I got hurt, and Cliff Robinson was on a great tear that year. He was playing unbelievable. I think he had 50 points off the bench in one game. It was crazy. So and then I got hurt. I missed 30. I want to say 30 something. Or I can't remember exactly how many games it was I missed during my rookie season, but I missed quite a few games. But I came back. I was able to get back in the flow of things and say. But I had some games that was here and there. But I say my second year, that's when I really felt that big jump. You know what I'm saying? I was like, yeah, it's. I was doing some great things my rookie season, but I had such a great team. It was just like, yeah, I'm just trying to fit in. I'm trying to learn the curve. I'm going to fit in, and I'm learning from all my veterans. That's one of the things I did too. When you asked this question, I was wanting to hit on this. So Like I think all these players I play with, from Penny to J Kidd, all these guys on my team. Guess what? I was going to their houses to sit down and learn how to be a pro. I was going to have dinner with their families, dude. I was there by myself, and I was just like I was all open, man. I was open. It was like, man, I'm driving into this arena, man. I'm seeing all. I mean, I was a 9th pick, so I mean, I became a millionaire. But like at the same time, I'm like, I'm not living like no millionaire. I'm in there like. I'm not seeing all these cars and Ferraris, these Lambos, these Hummers in here. I'm like, oh snap! I'm like, oh, it's a new ball game in here. But then I was just like, you know what? I'm not gonna jump off this ledge just yet. I'm gonna crawl before I walk. I want to learn how to be a pro. I'm here. I made it, but it's time for me to learn how to be a pro. I want to be here. This because I said it in my mind. I wanted to play 15 years in this league, and I played 16. I could have played a lot longer than that, but certain things happen throughout your career that changed that. But for the most part, like I was able to go over to every one of my teammates, my veterans' houses, and sit down and understand the family motive of how they balanced everything, and just learn how to be a pro, man. Like taking in what the knowledge they had. All these guys had different knowledges because they've been on different teams and different organizations and different systems throughout their career. And I was the youngest guy there, so like I don't know anything. Like everything was new, so I was just taking it all in, and I loved it. And I owe so much gratitude to all those guys, man. And it was much love and much respect.
So with young guys right now, would you tell them, to your point, what you just said, to get as informed as possible? Because it seemed like you were seeking out information so you can have longevity in this space.
So I wasn't. I felt like I still had to prove myself. I wasn't. I mean, it wasn't like you feel like you belong, but at the same time, though, you still got to put that work in. Though I wasn't gonna go in here and think I'm just better than everybody, or like, oh, you owe me and I owe you. Stop all that. The self-confidence that we have is cool. It's cool to have confidence. There's nothing wrong with confidence. You're supposed to have confidence when you're at this level. That's the only way you're gonna be successful in this business. But it's the arrogance and cockiness and the self-entitlement that this new generation has to a certain degree that I don't get. I'm like, dude, like, why wouldn't you want to go and ask questions from guys who paved the way from you and showed you the formula and format of how to be a pro? That's the process of guys. I wish guys would take more of initiative on. You know what I'm saying? Like it's gonna like a lot of these guys. We got a great generation playing a game right now, but at the same time, everybody is so quiet. They thinking everybody's supposed to just go to them instead of them go to people. Like it don't work like that. You know, a closed mouth don't get fed. You gotta go seek that knowledge. If you want that knowledge, go seek it. You know, because everybody got something to give to you. And a lot of guys won't, and in this generation, a lot of guys won't ever live up to your legacy or my legacy. You know what I'm saying? What we did in this game. You know, they think they will. They think they're gonna be the best thing ever, but they won't play nearly as half what we did. But at the same time, though, you still can get the tools and the access to learn how to use the stuff that is available to you. There's plenty of resources available for a lot of guys. They still don't take their approach and use it. They feel like they don't have to. I don't have to do that. I'm better than that. You know, like
that's real.
That's that mentality that we have, and it's sad to see. It truly is.
Yeah, and you're talking about, you know, the mentality that a lot of people had, and clearly you did the complete opposite, and that's why you were so successful during the duration of your career. I want to go down memory lane and go down to 2004, where you was on the Olympic team, and talk about the wealth of insight and knowledge that you received from the coaching staff, from some of the players that you probably went against throughout your career that you just had a different respect for walking away from the Olympics.
Well, you know, the mindset for Olympics is totally different now. It's not about you. It's not about your team. It's about guess who you're playing for. You're playing for the USA. That's who you're paying for. So you're not playing for an organization. You're playing for the country. Now, this is a different mindset, because in this country, it's not the same as other guys playing for the country, because they don't have the same mentality as we do. You know, and we've been gifted. We've been kind of like the king of the crop for the most part of the world for basketball. We the Don Meccas of basketball in the world. You know what I'm saying? Everybody considers us the kings. That's what it is. It's always been like that for some time. But then, you know, as you see me playing on the USA team, the world is starting to catch up. You look at the diversity we have in the league now itself. Look at all the players we have from different countries. We got guys winning MVPs. It's not even from the US anymore now. So that's telling you how much the game has developed worldwide and how big the game is expanded. But with that being said, though, there's an arrogance you can't have anymore now. Since the world has so many players in the NBA right now currently, and they're playing on these teams now, they're coming to win. You know what I'm saying? They're playing for their country, so they know what it takes, and they've been together for a lot longer than we have. So they have that kind of advantage over guys just coming and playing play for a summer together, you know what I'm saying, or just for a month or 2 weeks together, or 3 weeks, or 4 weeks, or whatever it is, the duration of that time is. So with that being said, I know we have the most talented players in the world by far, you know what I'm saying? But at the same time, you know, the world does have some great players and great athletes, and we have to have that mentality of like we're playing for USA. So it's got to be a more of an emphasis of going out there and laying it out there now. Now you're really playing for something, you know, and that's the mentality you have to have. And you know, the challenge is, you know, saying bringing so many different versatile players from different teams that do different things on their team to get them to buy into, you know, one set of way of playing, or a way to make everybody coexist together. It's hard. It's not easy. You know what I'm saying? Based on the dynamic of the team and players you have. So you got to make things work.
Yeah, you talk about dynamic of a team and how to coexist with one another. And I'll never forget my first year in Dallas, and I get traded there, and it was just all about the big picture and the ultimate goal of winning a championship. And we had rivals, you know, the crazy rivalries that, you know, I got up for because we Midwest brothers. And, you know, those are the games that you live up to with guys playing up, you know, at your position, and you want to have your better outings. And now we was teammates. Can you just talk about 2010, 2011, the championship run, the acquisition of myself, Deshaun Stevenson, Brendan Haywood, and, you know, all your memories during that run?
Well, you know, listen, you know, it got to a point in your career where you got to decide, is it really about you, or do you see a bigger picture? Do you want to just go out and just be a scorer your whole career and just scoring and get you a little money wherever, don't win shit, or what? What kind of, you want to be more of a winner or what? I mean, be honest. Come on. Like a lot of guys just don't know how to buy into that team concept. And then you know, it sucks because I'm thinking about the movie. I'm thinking about the Last Dance now. I'm watching what MJ said. MJ said, "Ain't no there ain't no I in team, but it's an I in win." So you know, hey,
from the go.
Listen, you know, we've been going down memory lane here in Dallas now. They've been playing the whole championship run. And I go back to thinking about the process we did and how that season went along, and all how we bought into each other and how we believed in each other, how we fit. And then look, I look at how you went down that season, and I was like, regardless of you going down, though, you were still a part of the team. And the thing is, I was telling them, like, behind the scenes, I'm like, I'm gonna tell y'all something, because I did this in an interview. I was like, Karan, Dominic Jones, Roy Walker, y'all helped us prepare for almost every series. You know what I'm saying? When you got cleared in this, I think, second round or whatever to play, yeah, you was helping us prepare. You know what I'm saying? And like that's what makes that's how team that's what a team is made of. All the guys, everybody contributed to that championship. It was a true team championship. When I say if your name was on that roster, you played a significant part in us winning the championship. Everybody did it from 1 through 15. Everybody played a significant part, and whether it be preparation for practice or whether it be a minute here in a game here or whatever it was, everybody strategically helped us. You know, and that's what made it so much more special. And everybody bought in, man. We was locked and loaded, man. I'm sitting here and I'm watching it right now. I don't know if you're able to see it, but we able to see it here in Dallas, because I think they're showing it based on the regions, whatever city you're in.
That's what it is.
So they're showing different games and different highlights. So we're seeing that. So we have another segment come on tonight. We just beat Portland, so we go into the second round to beat Lakers. We play 2 games. They play 2 games tonight against the Lakers tonight. Second round against the Lakers tonight. They'll be airing that. So yeah, yeah, sweet. But yeah, you know, it's all that process, man, and that's what makes it. That much makes it more sweet, man. When everybody can really bond with each other. And look at our team. Go back to think about how our bond was. Or like even off the court, man, everybody was hanging together. Even though everybody couldn't basically go together, it's hard to get 15 guys to go one place all at one time. But for the most part, we have groups of 7, 6, 5. You know, for the most part, it was a big group of guys that, you know what I'm saying. Everybody shuffle here and there, but we was all locked in. And when we had times where we all could eat, we did. You know what I'm saying. And that's what team bonding is, man. And when you got everybody on the same page, man, nobody's above the team, and everyone. If somebody fucked up or somebody needed to say something to somebody, hey, somebody spoke up and said something to them. And that's what made it special.
And that's so real. And I think that when you talk about, you know, our run in 2011, and they always talk about the superstars that had some of the greatest performances in playoff history. And I always say, you know, you talk about Michael Jordan run and how he overcame that huge hurdle because we're watching The Last Dance. But
Yes.
people don't realize that Isaiah Thomas went through Bird, Michael, and Magic. People don't realize that Dirk went through Kobe. He went. I mean, Portland was a
They
problem.
had a squad.
Portland had a. I'm telling you, Portland had a squad.
You
And then you had OKC.
They rostered. Yeah, they had a roster.
OKC was, you know, they was the new darlings of the NBA that was supposed to go back and handle that business. And then the big three. I mean, LeBron in his prime, D Wade in his prime, Chris Bosh. You know what I'm saying? So it's just like, and people don't. I just think that they don't give that run enough credit. And Dirk, his star power, and you know, you and Deshaun Stevenson and what y'all was doing on the perimeter. You know, tag teaming and JJ Barea in the pick and roll, and you know, it was just a lot that don't get talked about.
And J Kidd, the on floor coach, man. You know, and I say this because Carlisle's substitution pattern was right on point. He knew when to get guys in, get guys out. This rotation, man. Listen, like I said, our coaching staff prepared us, and everybody, like I said, was as a collective team, family oriented winning. Man, it was great. And regardless they give us credit or not, you know, they talk about super teams or not. Listen, low key, we had a hell of a super team too. Low key, if you really want to talk about super,
if they really want to talk about it.
All-star or not just because you want to incur an all-star don't mean you ain't, you know what I'm saying, whatever. That's what they value. So that's what they call it, trying to say a super team. You was a current all-star. Get the hell out of it. Man, they can pop that out of here. We have, like, they always try to discredit and downplay certain things. Man, they can, eat that. People who know basketball know what we did and know how we did it. And think about this. When I say this, I mean this too, because I did this on a video and I was telling everybody how special our run was. I don't care who we played that year. We was gonna beat the shit out of them. It didn't matter who we played.
Yep.
We're gonna win. When we played basketball, then nobody beat. We did not lose no games. When we out there, when we was tentative, that's when we lost. You know what I'm saying? We wasn't out there doing what we supposed to and locked in. But when we go out there and did what we did, man, we was coming back from down 15, 20-point games. You know what I'm saying? Being down that game, come back winning games. Come on, stop it.
We didn't dodge no fade, and like a lot of people have like easy pathways.
Yeah, we were straight hard, dude. Come on.
Yeah, it was a hard pathway all the way through.
Yeah, you know, listen. All fairness aside, though, listen. If we lose to Portland that first round, shoot, man, they had a hell of a team. I don't know.
Portland had a shot.
They could have went all the way too.
Yeah, it all depended on the health and the durability of Brandon Roy.
Yeah, I would say yes and no because I think he had two great games at home for them. That's what helped them win. You know what I'm saying? But first two games he wasn't there. You know what I'm saying? And I think his health was a part. But at the same time, I think we would have rose to the occasion. You know, yeah. I feel like when we play against guys that elevated their skill level, we elevated ours as well, and that made it more sweet.
I'm saying if Portland would have beat us in that series,
I
don't think they could have went on because Brandon wasn't like healthy enough to like go all the way through.
Yeah, but I still think they was really deep though, man. You could look at their roster that year. Oh my God, I was like, oh my God, look at this game. Like the roster is. I was like, oh my God, yeah. Go ahead.
Crazy. So when you talk about the team component, right? So we're talking about 2011, but I want to go back just to pivot back for a second and talk about the individual accomplishments. What was one of your biggest All-Star memories and your biggest All-Star games that you participated in?
I mean, of course, got to be my first, man, against MJ. You know, MJ last. You know what I'm saying? And you know,
where was that at? What city?
ATL, baby. First
Atlanta,
one.
okay.
Atlanta. You know, we down there, and Popovich is the coach, man, and we having a great game, and it's close, it's heated all the way through, man. We both going at it, and I just came out or whatever, and then it was like the last 4 or 5 minutes ago, and Pop was like 3 or 4 minutes, or last 2 minutes or a minute to go in the game. Pop was like, man, Matrix, I need you to go in there and lock MJ down. I was like, what? I was like, get it, okay, whatever, let's do it, let's go. We trying to win this game. You know, and because you know how everybody don't tell a secret, but whoever wins, you get more money.
Yeah, man, it's a big pot.
So look, this is my first game. I'm like, okay, forget it. Why not? I'm like, I want to win. I'm gonna go against MJ's last, you know, and I'm locked in. I'm all over him, man. I'm all over him, man. He get that thing off, man. I'm thinking he gonna miss that. Look, I mean, I'm thinking I blocked that. I'm like, there's no way he get that off, man.
I'm looking at the picture right now.
Look at that.
I remember the moment. It's in my head, but you're right there.
Yeah, look at the elevation, and man, he got that thing off. Bottoms. And you know what, though? I wasn't even mad. I was like, man, sometimes there's great defense, but it's better offense. It happens.
Yep.
And he did that, but then Kobe go down and get fouled by who fouled him? Jermaine O'Neal. Somebody fouled Kobe. We win the game. Hey, you talk about arena mad and pissed. They wanted MJ to end it like that. It was like Kobe was like, hell no.
Kobe was like, I got next. I got next.
Kobe's like, oh, you ain't going like that. I was like, shoot. We trying to win this too. Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, that's crazy. That was like one of my moments right there, man. That was my actually my first All-Star game. And I played against you, man. That's a picture that we're showing right now on the screen. That was like a huge moment. And I know this past All-Star game was in Chicago, back in your hometown. Can you just talk about, what that meant for you being there and obviously being on the board and what you saw and the impact? I mean, Common killed it. Common came out, put on the demonstration.
Common's intro was, man, above and beyond, man. I did something with Common too, like the last day after everybody left, that weekend after everybody left, that Monday we did a special appearance at a correctional facility for kids, and that's been locked up, and it was really heavy and deep, man. I came to tears in that thing, man. It was tough. It was tough. But man, when I say the crib, I mean Chicago put on. I mean like when I say the city was electric, man, we had a great time. The events were very special, man. Everybody, it was so much going on, but everything that was going on was like kind of coinciding with each other to a certain degree. You couldn't do everything, of course, because you got so many different groups of people coming in and doing different things. But man, I was so busy going from appearances to doing stuff. But it was special, man. I felt like the city showed up and showed out, man. I got a chance to participate in a lot of different things there, and I couldn't do everything, of course, but it was great. I mean, that was probably one of the best All-Stars I've ever been to. Because I'm not. If you're not, I'm like one of those guys. If I'm not playing the game, I'm not trying to go to the All-Star game. You know what I'm saying? That's a weekend. I'm gonna try to heal my body and get ready for the second half of the season. Right. But because it got to the point where I'm done with the party and stuff. So it was more about just socializing and networking and stuff like that. And it was a great time.
Yeah, that's powerful, man. And look, we got a viewer question right now. Somebody online want to ask us something. Can you see it?
Yeah. What's up, Cam? Yeah, I see it. So
Cedric Sabalos, huh?
Yeah, being said. So the Amazing Race was tough, man. It look as easy as it look on TV. It's nowhere near that. They make it very appeasing to the viewers, but at the same time, though, it was a challenge, and it was fun, man. And I got a chance to travel the world a little bit, man, and compete. And like don't think this is easy. Trust me, it is really hard, and it's really challenging, man. It puts you. It's at times during that race, I had to really reflect on what I had accomplished in my life and what positions I try not to go back to in my life. You know what I'm saying? And it's not easy. It's don't ever think any stuff like that on TV is easy just because they showing it and you don't know how long we're racing. Some of them days could be 12, 14 hours long. You just don't know. You know what I'm saying? A race, it could be 5-6 hours, or it could be 10 to 12 hours, or 14. You just don't know. You know what I'm saying? And that's the special thing about that race. You just don't know how long it could take you. Wherever it takes you to finish that challenge, that's what it's going to take.
How did you get in that though? How did you get selected to do that?
Well, so I had just retired. So it was brought to me through the NBA, of course, and they was like, who would you want to partner with? And it's interesting because I was they brought it to me and they asked me. I was like, well, is anybody on your team that would want to do this? And I was like, who are my partners? Any of my guys I played with, my teammates I played with that actually would want to do this. I was like, most guys ain't got that kind of creativeness in it. So the only person I could think of at first was Andre Miller, and because we played on the USA team together, and we have some kind of bond a little bit to a certain degree. So like I was like, cool. So that fell through because he had a family trip or something. He couldn't make to the tryouts or whatever. So I was like, oh snap. Well, who was it? So then they was like, Seth is free too. So it's been Seth, and then come to find out, Seth is an advocate, a faithful advocate of Amazing Race. He watches it faithfully with his family. So he knew more about it than I did. So it just locked up. And I knew Seth, of course, he's before me, but I knew Seth through the Phoenix family. So when he's out there doing stuff with Phoenix, so it just kind of was special, and that's how I linked up, and then we just took off from there, and then made it happen, man.
So I got to get your reaction. We touched on it just a tad bit, but I got to get your reaction just on The Last Dance and all these debates that's going on out there. Who the GOAT? Who the second best? Who the third? Like, what's your observation of The Last Dance documentary, one? And then where did you place Michael Jordan in the storytelling of basketball, GOAT, second best, whatever?
I mean, listen, I got a chance to play against Jordan. So, like, you know what I'm saying? So, like, even though he was on the end of his career, he still was giving people work. and I worked out in his camp. I worked his camp. I did everything, being from the city. I mean, like, we eat and bled Black Jesus, man. That's how he was, man. And one of the things, saying is interesting watching this is because you've seen a lot of stuff that went on behind the scenes that you didn't get to see, and you're seeing it from the players' from the player's point of view and what they're trying to tell, because the media has a tendency to favor or go the direction they want to go into anything, and that's how they control the narrative to a certain degree. So when your player is controlling his narrative and actually giving you a fine definition of really what happened and how it broke down, it's pretty special. And that's why everybody is like, man, we're more locked in with Jordan now than ever, because he's telling us what his mentality was and how he really, really thought about at the time that situations happened during courses of his career and then certain breakdowns. And that's what you want to hear. And I mean, listen, I got a chance to witness some of one of the greatest players ever to play the game by far. I think I think he's in a league of his own. I think the only person I've ever played against that actually seen myself personally, up close, the person that played the closest to Jordan is Kobe, because of what he emulated. Everything he did was behind that man right there. You know what I'm saying? Only thing he didn't do, I guess, is basically wear his number. I mean, come on, like,
yeah, that's real.
Kobe. Like, Kobe is the closest thing to MJ. And for me, I'm saying, like, I think it's a mentality and level that he went to that I've never seen anybody else do. And even as good as Kobe was, he wasn't MJ. You know what I'm saying? And MJ is in his own lane, I think. But we can't discredit all the guys who was before him, like Magic and Bill Russell and all these guys who won these championships way before Will Chamberlain. We got some great players that came across this league, and I think there's generational talent and generational things. But in my generation, though, I got a chance to get Jordan on the tail end, but I got most of Kobe through all his career. You know what I'm saying? Then I got
all that.
Then got Braun. You know what I'm saying? And we got all these guys. You know what I'm saying? From Kevin Durant, all these guys. It's like. It's like a chain. It's like back to back, a different kind of caliber of guys. And when you start thinking about the dynamic of these guys, I think they're all different. You know what I'm saying? But for me, that Jordan, I hate the comparison of him and LeBron. They need to stop that. You know what I'm saying? I think they're two different type of players, and you just need to leave it alone. LeBron is LeBron, and MJ is MJ. And and he's doing something amazing right now in this generation. But he ain't the only one though. Like I said before, like we all have different views from this game out. We all play different levels of this game. You know what I'm saying? And that's my mindset, my approach to it.
Yeah, that's a great response too, and I love the fact that you paid homage to all those individuals, because when I look at the goats of the game, guys that you cannot tell the story of basketball without mentioning. You think Kareem, clearly Wilt Chamberlain, astronomical numbers, all the things he's done. Bill Russell, he's just changed the narrative in different ways from a civil rights standpoint. So many things he did. Magic Johnson, I think he transcended the game from a business standpoint. And all the guys that you mentioned, Kobe, my brother, rest in peace. Closest thing I've seen to Michael Jordan in my lifetime.
Yes.
You know what I mean? So it's just crazy. I also want to ask you just about being an NBA ambassador and traveling around the world and some of the things that you're seeing. How has that experience been for you? and I think we lost him. But my next thing, what I was getting to with Shawn, was just asking him about, being an NBA ambassador and traveling around the world, because in the midst of, my last, 4.5, 5 seasons, 5 years of being retired, all I've been able to do is, travel the world. I go on a trip pretty much every quarter. That consists of about every 3 months. And I'm going to different places that I've never been before. Sometimes I take family and loved ones with me. My little daughter went to Trinidad with me. Uh, my son went to China. We just, we go on trips and we see the world, and we're exposed to different things and also different cultures, clearly. And it's just been, amazing to watch the NBA brand, so to speak, this grow, and the history and the education, how they know so much about the game. You have these conversations, and it's quickly when you arrive there in countries that you've never played in, or have no like connection that you know of to. You arrive in these countries and people are just chanting for you. They have bobbleheads, they have memorabilia, all the stuff, and it's just like such a welcoming feeling to just know that you're loved, for your sweat equity in the game, and also just how people just perceive the game. Like, so many founding fathers of the game, we like to pay homage. Like Shawn said, when I initially went to Phoenix, it was guys there already that that laid the foundation, that laid the groundwork. And if it wasn't for guys like Dr. J, Spencer Haywood, I know some of those names get mentioned a lot, but it's a lot of names that don't get mentioned a lot, and we always owe it to them, and we love paying homage to the individuals that's on the legends, part of the legends family. uh just, we like to always say thank you, for your sacrifices and your groundwork, and you guys land the foundation, and affording us to do some of the things that we're doing right now. You see a lot of players going straight from high school basketball to the G League, and you have to give a ton of credit to our former president, of the NBA Alumni Association, and Spencer Haywood. And I think it was called the Spencer Haywood rule, where he did something that was super groundbreaking. And I think he was the first and only person in NBA history to win the Rookie of the Year and the MVP all in the same season. But most importantly, he showed that he was ready for the next stage. And I see a lot of guys doing that now. I think it was this announcement today. I think Shams reported it, that Jalen Green and Isaiah Todd elected to go to the G League. So now, so far removed today, I think Spencer thing happened, over 30, 40 years ago, but it, the history and the domino effect, the educational lesson. And that's why I'm so glad that we're able to do this and get up close and personal, and, just educate our viewers, our listeners, and as much as possible about, people that they probably didn't know about or hear about, of the education of the game and the history of the game. And hopefully you can learn something. I think most important thing is to be informed. But here we got Shawn back. I was freestyling, I was talking, I was going in, but
hey, I ain't paid my electric bill. I had to move location.
Right,
man. And my battery, I ain't realize my battery went dead. My battery died on my laptop. I didn't have it plugged in.
Hey, I was on here freestyling right now, man.
Bust a rap.
Yeah, man. I had to just go to it. But my question to you was, this being an ambassador for the association and traveling the world, how has that been for you?
Man, it's pretty cool. No, we linked up on a couple of trips together. You know what I'm saying? And it was actually fun, man. I think I'm getting a chance to stay around the game and stay around the NBA family, and then travel the world, man. You can't put a price on that, man. It's kind of special. It's kind of cool.
Yeah, that's everything. Now I got a couple before we wrap up the memory lane. I got a couple rapid fire questions, and we're just gonna go right down the list and we'll get right to them. What was your most memorable win?
Oh, Game 6 of the finals.
Ooh, I like that. What was the one loss that still gets you?
Um, Game 6 against Dallas, and when I was at Phoenix. Or
Still get at you.
you know what? Better yet than that. Actually, game 4, game 5 at home. The game right after the game of Phoenix, we was in Phoenix. It was a San Antonio series. This the game that pisses me off more than that one because we lost. I was disappointed we didn't win because we didn't play our bench. But this game, we was up in the half. This is the first game after Amari's and whoever Boris suspension or whatever in that game we played the next day. We was up. I was winning. We was kicking their ass, and I had like 20 points the first half. I didn't get no shots second half, and we lost. And it was like, I'm like, what the hell? We went away from everything we were supposed to be doing that first half, and then just basically folded.
Well, there you go. That's the problem. They ain't getting no shots, no points in the second half. They wasn't getting you the rock. That's the reason right there.
Yep.
Who was one of your favorite teammates outside of myself?
John Wall. Everybody in that championship year, was a great teammates. But John Wall, John Walls, I'm sorry. John Walls, I'm sorry. I ain't played with John Wall. John Wall, because he's hilarious, dude.
Yeah.
And we hung out early in my career, but man, I've had some great teammates. Elton Brand. Even Lamar was a great teammate when he was here in that short stint. You know what I'm saying? Everybody on the championship team we all bonded together for life. So we all family. You know what I'm saying? But we're extended family when you talk about the older guys. So then you think about J Kidd was I've teamed up with J Kidd twice. So he's a special guy. You know what I'm saying? Penny Hardaway, great teammate. I had a lot of veterans on my veteran team that was great, and I still talk to them right now. John Wallace. Who else? Jimmy Jackson. I was just on the phone with him the other day. I was on the phone with Q Ricks. A lot of guys from the Phoenix too. Q Ricks, Joe. All of us had a family bond too, because our families were really close. Me, Joe, and Q families were really close at the time too. Who else? I got a lot of guys. It's almost like, you go through your phone, like, man, you see the guys. It's like you never miss a beat. You know what I'm saying? Even though you don't see everybody on a regular basis anymore, but you still, when you run into guys, it's like you never missed a beat. It's like it never went away.
Same energy.
Yeah.
Who was your biggest rival?
I had different rivals depending on what team I was playing on. So I was with when I was with Phoenix, Lakers was a big rival for us. Lakers and Sacramento. So there was two of our big rivals at the time. And then when I left there, it became Dallas. And when Steve was there, Dallas became a part of it because he was in Dallas before he came to Phoenix. So that was a big rivalry at a certain degree at times as well. But then when I went to Miami big rival at the time was Orlando, I think, because it was in the same state. I think Orlando was a big rival. When you played in Miami, was it Orlando the same rival too? Was Orlando more of a rival?
Same thing.
Yeah. And then when I was in Dallas, San Antonio. You know what I'm saying? It's like
always so.
San Antonio and Houston. All those Texas teams was a rivalry. Like, who's gonna be the best team out of Texas this year? But then you go, there I go, when I went to Toronto, who does Toronto have a rival with? I don't think Toronto had a rival. I think it was just whatever. Because at the time I was there, they was going through that process. They was kind of trying to win. We was still losing. It was just trying to win.
I don't know. It's something about the Battle of the North with Detroit because they're so close to the border.
Well,
they had something.
Yeah, maybe I was only there for 30 games. So,
yeah.
But it was a great time. It was a great 30 games.
People sleep on Toronto, man.
What?
Toronto, man.
Hey, whoa. 6, baby. It goes down.
It goes down, baby.
I love the 6. Oh, but who else? When I was in Cleveland rivalry was what? Chicago. Everybody LeBron played. Because I was over with LeBron there last year. Almost every team we played with a rival. DC, especially DC was a big one. With DC history, whatever. You know what I'm saying? And then who else? Indiana. All of them was rivalries. You know what I'm saying? Because it seemed like everybody was something there. Of course, when we came back to Miami, it was a rival because he had just left there. So, but you name it, it is what it is, man. It was just fun. I feel like anytime that you step on the court and it's a battle, that's what you want.
No, dope. What was your go-to basketball shoe?
Oh, So I had my own shoes. So like I had my own shoe. I mean, Nike, of course. You know what I'm saying? I wore N1s early in my career. I missed that. So people don't know this. So remember the commercial that they had. You wasn't. I don't think you was in the league yet. It was my rookie season, first 2 years or whatever, somewhere around there, where they had the everybody was dribbling and passing the ball to each other. You know,
Yeah.
stuff. So I was supposed to be in that commercial, but I hadn't signed my deal. So they was trying to get me in that commercial, and the deal wasn't like they want. And then my agent and Nike was kind of feuding at the time, so I didn't even sign up. I didn't end up signing up with Nike. You know, I was supposed to be Nike from day one. I've been a Nike head since I was a kid. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
so
same.
I've been a sneaker and Jordan head since I was a kid. So it kind of fell through, and I ended up going with N1. They gave me a better deal, and he didn't want me to go with Nike. That was personal, and it was messed up. But we ended up rekindling our relationship. And once that deal was over with, Nike brought me into the family and blessed me. So, but I was supposed to be in that commercial. I was pissed off I wasn't in that commercial.
Man, that was a dope commercial. I remember Lamar Odom was in that commercial.
Yeah,
I was like, bro, I need to be in that.
Yeah, and everybody was like, everybody did a little shake. Everybody was doing something. It was cool. Yeah, that was a Nike and a Jordan collaboration commercial though.
Yeah, that was cool.
Jordan and Nike was in the commercial, yeah.
And the next one was when they did the flight. Now you was in that one.
Yes, we did that one. That was dope. That was dope. We shot that in the airport hangar. So yeah, we actually played a game too though. It was tough to play on that floor to a certain degree, but it was fun. It was competitive for the duration we played. It wasn't long, but it was fun though. And they brought a bag though. They had a bag of money for the winners. Yeah.
Yeah, man. Well, I appreciate you joining us on the show, bro. And that concludes this episode of Legends Live with the Tricks. Hey, bro, I appreciate your time, man.
Oh, baby. I'm sorry about that taco. I didn't pay my electric bill, so
it's all good, man. The broad man got disinfected for a minute, but we good.
Hey, I'm waiting on my stimulus check. I'm just playing.
Hey, be sure to check out the legendsofbasketball.com/Legends Live, and for photo gallery, check out the gallery where you're going to see all type of images and some of the former episodes that we had on Legends Live on Thursday. Check out NBA champ Jaren Jackson Sr. and Memphis Grizzlies player Jaren Jackson Jr. Until next time, salute. Thanks for joining us.
Y'all stay safe.
Yep.